Hello, hello, hello. It's Carol welcoming you again to Lightspring Glen and to the upper pond, which was the setting of the last video 2 weeks ago. Sometimes I don't quite recall. I had for a while been doing this on a weekly basis. It's slipped back into more of a timing to the new and the full moon. So here we are on the 21st of August. It is a beautiful summer day, as you no doubt have figured out already. The wonderful, I've shifted a little bit to the left. I would pivot us more to the left. There's little to see this little frog. I don't know. Let's just see how good my camera work is. And I can't even really, it's oh no, it's blending in. Oh, where is the frog? It's down there by the cross sticks, and it's right on the edge of the right by that stone. So see if you can see it. The little tiger frog probably is what it is. All right, so there's some wildlife for you. Other than a buzzy fly and occasionally a cicada, which in another version of this video that I started was audible. It's a quiet, quiet day, but it's not quiet in the outer world at all, is it? It has been a tremendous week. I think tremendously uplifting in many ways. The title I am likely to be giving to this video is a reference to the grandmothers and singing. And you will hear a song that I will share with you. So you'll hear my voice, which I can carry a tune, but I will get to that. And the picture I'm most likely to include is one I took yesterday when I was in Seneca Falls, of a plaque with a wonderful photo of Elizabeth Cady Stanton. So before I get to the song part, which is probably how I will end this video, it is the 21st of August, something I may or may not have said already. Sometimes I talk along and think, did I say that part? And I don't work with notes when I'm outside, so it's whatever organic spiraling or lack thereof that goes on with these. But the reason I went to Seneca Falls was it was the day following the acceptance speech for the vice presidential nomination of Kamala Harris, and I found myself so uplifted by her, what she said. And I live within a 2-hour drive of Seneca Falls, where the first Women's Rights Convention was held. Susan B. Anthony, and the frog just jumped back in. Oh no, it's another one. So this time it's not crows. We have frog friends. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Susan B. Anthony. Oh my goodness, I just saw her full name this morning, but her last name is Bloomer, and she definitely invented bloomers. So that's something for you to check out, Google. And also Gage, my goodness. Okay, my memory, sometimes grabbing names doesn't always work. All women involved with the rabble-rousing and bringing to the world's attention, at least in this country, with the help of Native American elders, women elders, ideas around the elevation of women to their full rights. In 1848, when that all got underway, all of those amazing women and so many more whose names we will never know, yeah, I'm trying to come up with Ms. Gage's first names, and I haven't gotten them yet. But it was 70 years to 1919 when on August 18th, the 19th Amendment was ratified, bringing women's rights to vote. And something I've learned this year in the edification of us white folks about more of the history of blacks and what they have endured, and the whole Black Lives Matter, and learning more about what it is we're to know, is that the 19th Amendment did not yet, the black women took longer for them. And I need to learn what that is, because it is to my chagrin to find out that this was not addressed at exactly that time. So I'm going to educate myself about that. So I made, as I do at least every couple years, a pilgrimage to Seneca Falls to thank those feisty women with their declaration of sentiments and the work that they put in place. We ourselves are involved in work in 2020 to bring further work to the effort of at last turning the corner and ending systemic racism. And I sure hope that we manage to do that, bringing you up here. So Songs of Grandmothers, or the Song of Grandmothers, and partly because it's so very quiet now here, I was thinking about it last, I would include this in one of the videos. The birds are taking a very well-needed break after all of their activities of the nesting season and raising their young, and now they go into a period of quiet where they kind of regroup literally. They molt their feathers, and their new feathers coming on to, especially those who migrate, to help them make that migratory flight, some of them an incredibly long distance. And the crows stick around, as do the chickadees and the nuthatches, and early in the morning in particular, the chickadees and the nuthatches are often around in a group. It's wonderful to hear them talking amongst themselves. But even the crows quiet down now too. So we have the insects singing, which I love. It's never completely silent. I doubt very much any of that will be audible to you. Maybe the cicada while we're sitting here. So in this work that we're doing together this year, moving the world forward, moving onward, coming to grips with problems that can seem at times incredibly overwhelming. When we gather together as best we can with masks and keeping at social distance, there are songs to raise our spirits in such times. Work that I have done on this land, and if you look closely, there are dragonflies flying over the water. There is a song I'd like to share with you that is intimately linked to the work I've done, been a part of most often over these, ever since college years, over 50 now, that I've offered to a few times to groups who are similarly inclined. And this song came to me from grandmothers, a circle of women who came to me in a visionary kind of a way. The whole of the story is recorded in my book, Answering Avalon's Call. Check out my website to find out more, Golden Spiral Journey. Not that you couldn't get it on Amazon, but I sell signed copies right from this amazing place called Lightspring Glen. But I want to offer you this song and put it in the, all three verses. I'm only going to sing two. In the details. Someone recently pointed out that on iPads, you don't always see the details. I mean, and if you're on a phone, I have no idea. But if you go to the lower right-hand corner of the video, or the initial photo, you will see a little down arrow someplace on the right, and it opens up the details. So if you've never gotten to those, that might be why you're on an iPad or an iPhone when you see this. So this wonderful story of gathering in circles, or rather the song about it, I was in 2004 part of a group that was organizing that year to hold a peace gathering at Onondaga Lake, which is where Syracuse, New York is, a sacred lake that had been and is somewhat better, but it's still not a healthy, cleaned up lake. That's a whole big story, but it was horribly polluted by settlement times. And there was a group organizing to bring healing to the lake through ceremony and a day of peace and celebration. So as I worked with that group through the summer to bring that together for Columbus Day of 2004, one of the nights near the end of our planning time, getting ready, it was the night of the full moon. I had over an hour's drive back and forth from Syracuse, and with a full moon night, it was particularly wonderful to simply drive home if it wasn't cloudy and be under the full moon's light. I'd done enough work, you might say, ceremony, to know that on occasion, whether in shamanic journey or simply just being in meditation, sometimes connections to other realms would simply happen. I would come forth, and it certainly did that night as I was literally driving. I didn't have the radio on. I was simply driving home, thinking about the wonderful thing I was involved with and all those wonderful people working. And in my inner ear, I began to hear music. I knew it was, I heard voices, and they were singing. So I listened more carefully, kept my hands on the wheel, my eyes on the road. Does it sound like an old song? It does. And I just more focused in on it, and it grew louder. Women's voices chanting. And I had been taught that if indeed a song came to you that was not in a language that you knew, that you could ask with politeness for the translation to be given to you. So I tuned into the voices to these women. I know they're grandmothers of an long ago, an ancient time. And I said, "Excuse me, I can't understand your language. Could you sing in English?" And the chanting stopped briefly. I was humming the tune, and then it stopped. And then it began again in English. So I pulled over, and I began to sing with them. It was amazing. It still is amazing to even think about. But I knew it was a song I had to and was meant to share. So by the time I got home, another 20 minutes, I dashed into the house. And as someone who's got some music background, I could not only write the words down, but record so that I could remember in the morning what it was, as far as the tune. So I will offer it to you now. It will talk about the fact that we are in a circle and that we should join hands. Literally, this period we're in, that's more of a tall order. But it will happen again. And even in a circle at social distance, you can hold your hands out to one another. So I offer it to you today. I'm going to get some more of the light up there. And we'll put the words in there and do my level best to sing it. I'd love to tell you this, that in some wonderful walking that I have done and woods rambling, as I was singing this song, as I sometimes do when I'm all to myself in the woods, a new verse came to me, which I will sing. I think of it as the third verse now, so you'll see it there, the words. And then if you want to learn this chant, this very ancient gift to us that I am so honored to share with you, you can add verses for sure, and I will include the words to the 3 verses that I am most familiar with. And when I'm finished, this time I will try to remember not to turn it right off fast, but give you some time again with just the wind blowing and the buzzy fly, and our frog friend is still there. So thank you, grandmothers. I'm offering this now over the wonders of the internet. So from between the realms of that night of the full moon, this song came to me to be shared with all of you, with as many people who might have ears to hear. Children of the earth. If I have to start again, you will pardon me. And my voice is, I'm an alto. Children of the earth, gather round in a circle. Join hands in this sacred circle now. Children of the earth, gather round in a circle. Join hands in this sacred circle now. 'Neath the stars, 'neath the trees on this holy land, join hands in this sacred circle now. We are one in this sacred circle now. Children of the earth, gather round in a circle. Join hands in this sacred circle now. Children of the earth, gather round in a circle. Join hands in this sacred circle now. Mother Earth, Father Sky, we are one with you. Join hands in this sacred circle now. We are one in this sacred circle now. Many blessings your way from Lightspring Glen. From me and all the magical ones present. Certainly this little frog. Oh, there's a good look. Shimmering of the light. Take good care. I will see you again before too long. Oh, and apologies if occasionally my finger got in the way of the camera. Take good care.